Greetings, peoples. I just woke up. I took a little nap. Took me a little power nap here. Was out earlier doing some running around. So I'm just chilling here. And I'm going to make this video and talk about leveling up. What does leveling up mean? Now, I made a video a while ago, several years ago, talking about this. But since I have a new wave of subscribers, we're going to go ahead and make a new video. We're going to update it and talk about this leveling up stuff and the point of leveling up. So first of all, this term leveling up, it's not a term that I made up per se. This term has been around. It came from video games, Mario Brothers, some RPGs. You'll hear about EXPs, experience points, leveling up. So I didn't really make up the term in that respect. However, I did. I was the first person to have used this to apply this term to language learning in the language learning community. Okay, it just makes sense. It's applicable to not just language learning, but just everything in life. Life in general is an RPG, and you can acquire EXPs and whatnot. But that's where the term came from. Now, for those of you who weren't really big into video games and still don't understand what the EXP thing and the leveling up means, is basically it's like let me give you an example from video games. So we're gonna use RPG for example. So this is really famous RPG called Final Fantasy. Basically, whenever you get into a fight, a battle, and you're at the beginning. Let's say you're just starting off. Whenever you get into a battle and you defeat someone, you gain points. They call them EXPs. That's called experience points. All of that is experience. Every time you have that encounter, it counts as experience. You get money. You get points that go towards your level, and the more points you get, the higher your level will go, and you'll keep leveling up. You'll keep leveling up. Like level 1, you'll reach level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and it'll just keep climbing. And the higher your level is, the stronger you get. Okay, and then you get money as well. So how I apply that to language learning is every time I get into some kind of an encounter, it doesn't matter what kind of encounter it is. If the conversation is short, it doesn't really matter. Every time I get into an encounter, that counts as experience, because that it may not feel like it, but it does something to you. Every time you do that, you get more and more confident, and that's the part that in the video game, where remember what I said, that the more points you get, the stronger, or the higher level get, the stronger you get. In language learning, the more points you get, the more confident. Okay, the more confident that you get, the easier it becomes to get out there talking with people, initiating conversations. Like me, I still consider myself an introvert, but I will say that I'm a lot better than I used to be. I'm able to initiate conversations, way better than I used to be. Before, I couldn't really talk. I was like a mute. You'll think I was a mute because I wouldn't really talk to anybody, and it was really difficult for me to start conversations. But now that I've gotten into language learning, it's helped me. It's helped me a lot, a whole lot, because if you want to learn a language, you have to talk with people. You have to come out of your comfort zone. So doing this and applying this, it makes sense. It's very applicable, and it also makes the process fun. Okay, you always looking forward to something. In the back of your mind, when you go out there and you talk with someone, that's going to contribute to your EXPs. So that's what leveling up is. Okay, it doesn't really matter what level. Some people say, "Well, do I got to be on a certain?" It doesn't matter. You can be just know some phrases or whatever. The point is getting out there and getting that experience, so you can get used to approaching people using the language, talking with them, firing up, because it's not easy. If you've never done it before, when you go try it, you're going to see how difficult it is. It's not really easy to do that, to approach a stranger and start talking with them in that foreign language. Okay, so that's what leveling up means. Now, there was something else I wanted to mention. And I mean, there's a lot of benefits of doing this. Some people say, "Well, I don't see, any benefit of getting out there and talking with people or blah blah blah." I mean, if you guys have seen a lot of the level of videos that I made, I have a lot of level, hundreds of level of videos on my channel. You guys have seen these reactions that I get from people. I mean, they will be, they will totally, it's like they're possessed. Before I speak with them in the language, they're just, they're a certain, not rude, but they're just like normal. Maybe they had a long day, bad day. They just like normal. Then when you start talking with them in that language, then you'll notice that their whole demeanor changes. They become more happy. They become more ecstatic talking with you. I mean, a lot can happen. You make friends. I had some crazy encounters. Okay, I mean, I can give you a lot of examples of what happened just for me being able to communicate and show these people that I appreciate. Like, I'm taking the time out and appreciate learning their language, because that takes a lot of effort. I'm a native English speaker. I don't really have to learn any other languages, because English is pretty much the most dominant language out there. Okay, everyone's learning English, you know. So technically, I don't really have to. If I was in that mindset, I don't really have to learn any other languages, because I have the most dominant language that will help me to communicate with anyone in the world. But I don't want to do that. I know the beauty of learning another language. Learning another language opens up a lot of doors, And unfortunately, for me, being a person of color, and again, I don't like to try to make things a racial issue. You know, certain preconcepts, man, like there are barriers. Unfortunately, I mean, there are a lot of barriers. People see me, they don't know me, they just see me, they see guy, color guy, and their preconcepts, preconceptions turn on, and they say, oh, they thinking something, they have some preconceptions. I mean, it's not really not their fault. I mean, to a certain extent, because of programming and just media stuff. And I mean, you when you're totally bombarded with that stuff, like, and you never really met, you're not meeting black people. You're not meeting people of color. You don't really know what to think of them. You don't know if it's true or not, because you don't have any experience meeting those people. You know, so for me, it's a barrier, and for other people that look like me, it's a barrier. But you shouldn't let that you shouldn't really let that bother you and say, well, I don't know if they're gonna do this and like me. Like, I mean, you can't really expect for everyone to want to talk with you. I mean, even if you thinking like that, you don't know until you talk with them. You know, you'll surprise them, and see, that's what happens. And I believe that's why I get so many those type of reactions, because they're not used to seeing that. They're not used to seeing it. They don't meet people like that on a daily basis. They see TV, and they say, oh, that's how they are. Oh shit. Then you got people talking about it. You got the colleagues and friends or whatever, they have experience. And they say, oh, there's some animals or whatever they say. But you never judge a book by its cover, because you don't know. You don't know me. You don't know where my mind is at. Even if I'm dressed a certain way, I mean, you still shouldn't be judging people. You still shouldn't judge me, because when I open my mouth, I guarantee you, you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be hurt because of your preconceptions. Okay, that's why you're gonna be hurt. So um, that's really dangerous. So you don't want to do that. But yeah, leveling up EXPs. That's how you do it. You get that money, and you do it again. You keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and eventually you get used to it, and you get more and more confident. That's just how it works. That's what it means to level up. Okay, that's what it means to level up. What else should I mention before I cut this video? We're almost about 10 minutes here. That's pretty much it. I want to thank my new subscribers here. I'm almost at 100,000, and yeah, you guys are great. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for viewing. And if you guys have any questions, you can comment below or send me an email, Instagram, Facebook, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. That is it. Peace out. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.